Today I want to talk to you guys about dealing with mental health issues and sports and recovering from surgery. So today is officially the 2-week anniversary of my surgery, if it's appropriate to call it the anniversary. I don't know, whatever. It's been 2 weeks since my surgery. So my aunt left on Wednesday morning because she had to go to Oshawa to take my granddad to a doctor's appointment. And so she's now back in Midland, and I'm here at my house alone, which is totally fine. I'm, recovering really well. I'm in a place where I can do most stuff for myself. I still have a little trouble reaching to the higher cupboards, and I probably needed someone's help to take out the trash yesterday and recycling to put it out, but because I am stubborn, I did it myself. And I still can't really drive. One, because I'm on a lot of pain meds, and I'm not sure if I'm actually legally allowed to drive right now. And two, because I can't turn. I can't do turns or corners because I have to go like this about 50 times to make one turn instead of just doing like one big turn because it hurts so badly. So it makes it a little awkward to drive when you can't really turn quickly. But yes, so I'm doing good staying here, but after my aunt left, I found myself laying in bed watching TV or reading or sleeping for about 2 days straight and not eating really well because there was no one here any longer to make me food or to microwave me food that's made but is frozen in the freezer. So I was just eating crap food, so junk food, and I found myself feeling very down and depressed and very isolated, and that's how I feel when I'm in the beginning of a depressive episode, is I tend to stay home and lay in bed all day and sleep and watch TV and not do anything and not talk to anyone and not leave my house. And so after 2 days of that, I was starting to feel like I was getting depressed, which I mentioned this in another video, but for those of you who don't know, I've suffered from major depressive disorder since, high school, maybe a little bit earlier than that. I wasn't officially diagnosed until I was in university, and I'm on antidepressants, and which were working well for about 2 years, and then I had a really bad depressive episode this past December. So one of the things I was worried about having the surgery done so soon is that I'm still not completely recovered from that depressive episode. And it was bad. I was hospitalized, and I was, for about 2 weeks, had constant suicidal ideations. And it was bad. It's probably the worst I've ever been. And so I'm on new medication now, which seems to be working well, and I'm seeing my therapist every week. But I was just concerned that since I was going to have to be laying around a lot and not doing anything and sleeping a lot after my surgery when I was recovering, I was worried that I was going to start feeling depressed and get into another depressive episode. I was really concerned about that. And besides having 1 or 2, breakdowns about stuff in the first 2 weeks, I was doing really well. I had 1 or 2, breakdowns about stuff, but it's an emotional surgery and an emotional time, and, just being on the pain meds makes you a little hypersensitive to stuff. But with my aunt here and people visiting, I was doing well. But just those 2 days straight of not leaving the house and not having visitors and not leaving my bed pretty much, I was getting worried, and I wanted to be proactive and make sure I didn't get into another depressive episode. So today was really good. I left the house this morning. Yay! And I went down to the campus because our rowing team right now is doing an ergathon. So we're having at least one person rowing on the erg machines, for at least one person on there for a 24-hour period. So people take turns going on, and some people try and do marathons, and some people just sign up for 1 or 2 hours here and there where they can. I really wanted to do the ergathon this year, but clearly I can't, because all I'm allowed to do right now exercise-wise is stretch and walk. So, you know. But this year we are donating all the proceeds from our ergathon. We do it as a charitable thing. All the proceeds are going towards the Canadian Cancer Society. In part, we're doing this because a rower at Western University, one of the lightweight women, was diagnosed with cancer over the holiday break, and so their team wanted to create an event and fundraise for the Canadian Cancer Society. So they were selling tank tops, and they donated all the donations they collected from their ergathon to the Canadian Cancer Society. And we wanted to help them out and support them and do the same. And as well, I mean, you know, there's an individual on our team right now who has cancer, and I mean, everyone's been touched by cancer in one way or another. And I really wanted to go down this morning. I was asked to go down this morning because there was a member of the Canadian Cancer Society coming down to, you know, take some pictures of the ergathon, to drop off a big banner for us that said, you know, Canadian Cancer Society, and also just to talk to some people there about what we were doing and why, and so the women's captain, Liz, asked me to go down or asked me if I'd want to go down and talk to her, and I said, yeah, definitely. You know, it's an important cause to me, and I'd love to sort of, you know, tell her how we're such an awesome team and how this means a lot to all of us. And so I went down there, and my friend Robin and I talked to her about, you know, about how we're doing this because of the Western rowing team, but also, you know, it means so much to our team personally. And, you know, it meant a lot to me personally because, you know, both my parents died from cancer, and I've just undergone, I told her, you know, I've just undergone a prophylactic double mastectomy with reconstruction, which is the name of the surgery I had, FYI. And, you know, I said it's actually just 2 weeks now since I've had the surgery done, and it's because I have a mutation in my BRCA2 gene, and, you know, both my parents died from cancer, and a lot of people in my family have had cancer and died from it, and I wanted to take a proactive approach. And it was nice sharing that with her, and that's why I really like that we're donating our proceeds to the Canadian Cancer Society, and why I really wished that I could be participating in the ergathon this year. And we talked to her about how awesome the team is and what a family we are, and, you know, so many people from the team, both my, you know, my very close friends on the team and people who are on the team that I don't necessarily know that well, have been so incredibly supportive. Even just, you know, asking me how I'm doing is great. And so, you know, it was nice to be able to explain to her that we're such a family, and that, I mean, honestly, I probably couldn't have gotten through this without some of the rowing team, especially, you know, the support of my good friends and of the coaches too. So I went down there and talked to her, and then I got to talk to, you know, hang out with Robin for a bit and talk to some of the other rowers and cheer them on. And just getting out of the house and having a short walk to the gym in the sunshine was good, was really helpful. And I walked back, after talking to her for a bit, I walked back to Starbucks, which is where I had parked my car, as some of you know I do frequently. And I went inside and ordered a drink. I figured I might as well get one while I'm on my way home. And Brighton, my friend from rowing, was there. And so she may have given me a drink for free. Thanks, Brighton. She's seriously the best. So I got my usual solo venti non-fat green tea latte. Yeah, they know my name and my usual there, which is nice, but also bad for my bank account. So she gave me the drink for free, and I was talking to her, and, you know, she was asking how I was doing, and offered to, you know, if I needed anything, you know, to help out, and that if, you know, I wanted a Starbucks run, she'd be happy to drop some by. Which, Brighton, if you see this, I am probably going to take you up on that. Because as most people will know, I'm a pretty heavy Starbucks drinker. So then I came home, and Jocelyn came over. My friend Jocelyn came over to have lunch, and she brought me lunch, and, you know, we sat around, talked, and caught up and stuff, and it was great. And so today was good. You know, I saw people, and I got out of the house, and I'm already feeling a lot more relieved and hopeful that I won't sort of fall back into a depressive episode. And I think the key is just going to be, you know, leaving the house once every day, at least once, no, even if it's for like 5 minutes. And also hanging out with my friends a lot more and seeing people. Which is easier to do now that I'm not, like, completely bedridden. So today was good. And I also, this is a little weird, I'm aware, but I got Jocelyn to, and Robin to poke my boob to feel how, like, solid and tough the expander is. Like, it's seriously, like, hard as rock touching my boobs right now. You would think I had, like, pecs of steel. But no. It's just, like, some saline in there that's, like, fucking, like, rock hard. Which is really uncomfortable. And I felt a little weird being like, do you want to touch it? But, like, I want it, like, if I was in the, if the situation was reversed, I'd kind of be interested in what it would feel like. And I want to share as much of my experience as I can with people. So, you know, FYI, they're really rock hard right now and really funny to feel. So, if we're good friends and you want to cop a feel and see what it's like, and then cop a feel once I've got my implants in, which should be a lot softer, hopefully, just come ask me and, you know, see what it feels like. But FYI, they're super rock hard and super uncomfortable. And it's only going to get worse once I start getting the injections to expand it even more. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Anyway, yeah, so this is a pretty long blog. One more thing. Shout out to everyone that has sent me amazing messages of support and verbal messages of support. I have seen your emails and I've seen your Facebook messages, and I swear to God I will get back to you, but I'm like just starting to get to a point where I'm not sleeping 24/7, so, and it's kind of stressful because I want to write really good replies back to you guys because you've sent me some really awesome messages, so it'll take some time to respond to all of them because I want to have well-written and well-thought-out responses. But just know that I'm not ignoring you, and I have gotten your message, and I will write you back when I get a chance.